Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business, a candid chit chat with all of us. Um, so today we have the following topic.
Our topic today is building confidence online, showing up boldly and authentically.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico. I live in North Carolina, USA. I am a former educational assistant. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a proud digital business owner, and a mentor.
Hello. My name is Musumola, the face behind musumconsult.com. Originally from Nigeria, now I reside by choice in New Jersey, USA. I'm actually a healthcare worker of several years, and now added to that cap is the cap of this digital business ownership.
So thank you, everyone. So we also wanna remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you wanna learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar into any of the websites that appear on the screen. The first one is to register for the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot make it to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch it from the comfort of your own home, and you can watch it that way. So we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now you probably wonder, so what is it that I'm going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch the replay of this past Thursday's live webinar before Tuesday's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, our host last Thursday was Rebecca. She is a radiographer. We also had Eden. She is a dentist. Tracy is a retired nurse. And Rose is a retired warehouse worker.
Okay, and then on the panel, we also had PB and Josh. Very vibrant couple. Yes. PB is a retired nurse, and Josh is a real estate investor. We had Taris, who is a former teacher, currently a stay-at-home mom. And we had Dorothy, retired geriatric nurse, and then Doreen, a retail associate, all from different cultural and professional backgrounds, and all from different locations.
Yes, so if you're catching the replay of this live webinar, the replay has subtitles in several languages. And if you are going to be watching register for to watch the live webinar on Tuesday, our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So now you know, if you want to learn how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register any of the websites on the screen. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today. So what is our topic for today?
Our topic for today is building confidence online, showing up boldly and authentically.
Yes. So that's sorry, I'm losing my voice suddenly. I don't, so yeah, so that's what we're gonna be talking today. So today's topic is today's topic is one that we know so many of us struggle with, and that is showing up confidently online. Okay, so that's not easy for everyone. Most of us, we when we come to this online business, we are introvert, we are shy to be on camera. But one of the things that we overcome on this journey is to be able to face our fears and getting that out of that comfort zone. So if you're one that has the following thoughts, maybe I'm too shy to go live, or I don't know what to say, or I'm not as polished as her, here is the truth. Confidence isn't something you're born with, okay? It's something that you build by showing up. And that's what we have been doing. When we started, we were not confident. We were scared, to go live. But, with taking action by doing it and practicing, as we go through, showing up every time that we go live, that's how we started to build that confidence. So today, that's where we are going to be talking. So what are today's points?
Okay, so today we have 2 points. The first one is the real meaning of confidence, and number two, how to show up boldly and authentically. So stay tuned.
Yes, so let's start with the first point.
So the first point is the real meaning of confidence. That is, most people think confidence means never feeling afraid or awkward. But real confidence is about being willing to be seen, even when it's messy. Just like we did last week. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with realness. That is authenticity. So, your story, your voice, your energy, that's what draws people in. You don't need fancy lights. You don't need a perfect script or a huge following. You need just one person, and that is you.
Yes, so the real meaning of confidence is most people think confidence means never feeling afraid or awkward. But the truth is, there's a point in our lives that we all feel like that, especially when we're trying to grow, when we're trying to do something different. So, real confidence is about being willing to be seen even when it's messy. And that's how we start. We are messy. We're not, when you don't have the experience, when you've never done the thing that you're trying to do, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a little messy, a little unorganized. um, is not going to have the fluency that you want, but that's how we start. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with realness. So just show yourself as you are. You don't have to practice and practice, um, 1,000 times before you go live to be ready, because the truth is, when you go live and somebody shows up and somebody comments or somebody says anything in your life, even if you practice so many times by yourself, that feeling is going to be different. So the real thing happens when you actually do it, when you go live and when you have that interaction, when people comment or say something. I remember the first time it happened to me, it took my breath away. I was like, oh no, somebody said something, you know? Um, and then you lose your thought, like, what was I talking about? What was I saying? But then again, that's how you get the experience. That's how you get, you know, the real you out, because that fear of facing that is not gonna go away till you actually face it. So your story, your voice, your energy, that draws people in. People are going to connect with you, with your energy, with who you are, with your background, with your story. You don't need to be fancy to have fancy lights, a perfect script, or a huge following. You need you. And guess what? There's only one of you. So just show up as you are.
Yes. So I totally agree with both of you. like we mentioned, like at the beginning, when we started, we were not, we were afraid to, and we didn't know what to say. And also, like Isabel, when for me, like I got used to see myself, and I was okay with no one seeing me until I got that person that show up, and then I totally lost, I what I wanted to say. So I started to improvise. So that was my first scary moment, because I wasn't expecting that. Especially it was late at night. I was thinking, oh, no one is gonna be around this time. Everyone is sleeping. But no, there was somebody who showed up. So, um, but that's how you overcome that fear. So, um, I did have other people that show up on our life, but when you're in as a group, that's a whole different thing, because you don't feel the same. But when you're by yourself, you're the only one, and then you get scared because you're not used to that. But um just by having that experience, that really help you, for next time, a little bit how to react. It's the same thing, when we had our lives and suddenly, our guests drop from the live, and we are like, okay, so what do we do now? Like, is the like awkward silence, you know but those are the moments that we start growing, because then we learn, how to react when that happen again. So that's part of the learning curve. That's part of learning how to be confident and how to react right away, when it comes to that. So don't feel that, um, don't let fear overtaking, of for you to have the opportunity of growing, because only by doing it is that you can overcome that fear, that you can build that confidence. um, so it takes courage, yes, but it is worth it, because we start building that confidence. I mean, we can see ourselves, when we started this journey, in this online business, to where we are today. We are totally not the same person. We have changed, and many times, sometimes we don't see it. That's the one of the things that we don't see it, but our family, our friends that are surround us, they can see the difference of who you were before and who you're becoming. So um they can tell you, oh, I see you're more confident, than before. So it is part of this journey, to practice, to overcome the fears and take action, because that's the only way you're going to be able to do it, and at the same time, be able to grow it. Okay, so let's go to the second point.
Okay, so
Okay,
for
so yeah,
this for the
my
second point, we have how to show up boldly and authentically. So, number one, embrace imperfection. You first live or post won't be perfect, right? And that's okay. Done the done it is better than perfect. Every post makes you stronger, and this is true. When we started doing this business, we had to learn so many things. Like, especially me, I wasn't on social media. I knew how to post a picture, but that was it. I didn't know how to create content. I didn't know how to have a brand or anything like that. So the beginning was a little messy for me, because I was trying to learn all these things. But at the end, you want to post what you want, and you want to be authentic. You don't want to have this post that looks perfect, because a lot of time that's not going to happen, and at the end, people are going to connect with you again, right? So don't try to overdo it, just do it, and don't overthink it, because a lot of times I know that we're making a post and we read it and we're like, I don't really like it, so we get rid of it, and then we do another one, right? Like, okay, maybe this one is going to be better. So just do and pose whatever you have in mind. As long as it represents you, that's fine. Don't try to be perfect, or don't try to copy other people. Maybe their page, it looks different, but then again, we all have a different story. So you're representing yourself, not representing somebody else. And then number two, share your journey, not just your highlight reel. So be honest about where you are. People love following growth and transformation stories. And we were always sharing our story of how we started and how messy and imperfect we were when we first started. We couldn't talk on in front of the camera. We didn't have the words to say. A lot of times we lost our thoughts. When something unexpected happened, we just froze, and we had this awkward moment because we didn't know how to deal with it. But that's what happens. Expertise comes with repetition. You have to be willing to mess up to learn. Nobody becomes an expert by just doing the things once. You have to do it several times till you learn how it works. And that's how it is. So don't be afraid, and be honest about where you are. Don't pretend to be at level 10 when you're at level 1. When we're just starting out, people can notice, especially when you don't have the experience. When you don't know how to talk in front of the camera, when you don't know how to do the post, or how to do your content. I know a lot of times at the beginning for mine, it had a lot of I misspell things so bad. And sometimes I wanted to make a post and I wanted to place it in a different way, but it ended up being whatever it could, because I didn't know how to fix things. I didn't know how to mess with it, right? I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the skills. I didn't know. But then again, I push myself every day, try to learn. And every day, at first I was afraid to mess with things and try to move them and stuff. I'm like, what if I'm going to mess up something? What if there's something that I do and I won't be able to fix it back? But more than likely, anything that you do, it has a way of being fixed. So don't be afraid about that. A lot of people say that the best way to learn is by messing up. So just be conscious about the things that you're doing, and go. Just be you.
Yes. Thank you, Isabel. So for the first, like embracing perfection, yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think that's one of the mistakes we do as a beginner when we start this journey. We tend to make like look nice, but then we take too much time. That was one of the things that I was doing at the beginning. Like I was taking too much time trying to make my post really look nice. But at the end of the day, people are not really paying attention to how it looks. People are paying attention to your message, the message that you are telling them, the story that you're sharing with them. Or the teaching that you're sharing with them. So it's not really about how beautiful it looks. It's about the message. So yeah, so that's one of the things that we tend to do as rookies, in this online business. We tend to spend too much time to trying to do perfect things. It's like the same thing, like doing the perfect ad. Just do the ad. And who knows, because many times the ad that you think that is not going to work, that's the one that is going to work. And the ad that you think that it was going to work because you think that is very nice, and like very good editing and all these things, that's the one that doesn't work, because people are not connecting with that. People are connecting with raw, the raw stories, the real you, the authentic you. So don't try to be perfect. Just be you. We are humans. We are not perfect. So we have our flaws. We have our um, things, so that like for example, like you have to laugh at yourself, and when you do a mistake. So what I'm saying that, like for example, sometimes I'm walking and then I will triple on my own. Um, and like, yes, it's conscious that like other people might see me, but at the same time I started smiling, because like, what are you gonna do? Just keep going, just keep walking. But that's you, like you might be that person that just trip, a little bit, and then you walk up, you continue. uh, but we have to be just you have to be stronger, um, and be authentic, and that's how you connect with people, because people are gonna relate to you, because many of us that might be going through the same thing that you're sharing, so that's how they connect. So for the second one, share your journey, not just highlight the real. Yeah, you want to be able to document your journey, not just sharing the good things, also the moments that where you feel down. What do you do about it? Because that's the teaching that you want to put behind. Yes, I was feeling down. I took my moment to reflect. But then what did I do? I decided to take action. I decided to not let staying on that type of mindset. So you want to showcase your down moments, because it's normal in this journey. But at the same time, what lesson can you show to them, that how do you overcome obstacles, how do you overcome challenges? Because we on this journey we're going through challenges, like it's a journey of ups and downs.
Mhm.
So we have our moments where we feel happy and energized, and we are happy with our journey. But there's moments where we feel like, oh, things are going slow, it's not working. Like we see other people having success, and then ours is not working. And those are human feelings. But the key here is, how do you overcome that? So that's what you want to show to the people that are listening to you, that it's not always, roses. There's also, thorns sometimes. But what do you do when you have those thorns? That's the thing that you have to show to them. So there's a lesson behind that. So you want to showcase that. So that's what I wanted to share for that point. I don't know, Masamola, if you wanted to add something to it or.
Yeah, the truth is that when you come up and you are so polished and everything, some people will just turn away. They'll just say, "Well, I'm not like this person," and rather than learning from what you are trying to show, they will be trying to say, "Oh, how can I be? How can I be this polished? How can I speak without tripping? How can I?" How can I be perfect? That's what they will be. And there's nobody that is perfect.
Mhm.
So it will take them a very long time before they can even say, let's jump in. So let's just come the way we are and let everybody know that even with your imperfection, you are making it.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's go for the other point, 3 and 4.
So the third point is focus on serving and not performing. That means that you shift your focus from what will they think of me to who can I help today? Like who is actually who is craving for my listening ear? So when you focus on service, your nerves turn into purpose. You you shift attention from my take. What do I take from my post today? What am I giving? What am I able to give? Who am I able to comfort? Who am I able to propel forward? Who am I able to move forward? Who am I able to help? That should be, no matter how small help is, it, it it's a drop of water in an ocean. There is one that the final drop that will make the water to run over. So don't let us forget or look over small things. Small nuggets can just be a statement out of your whole post that will click with somebody and the person will be helped. So let's take small and brave steps consistently. Start with stories, then short videos, then lives. Each step builds your confidence and your muscle. So just the magic happens when you stop hiding and you start sharing. Don't let's just be like, oh, okay, um, I'm a millionaire, or like somebody that doesn't have any issues, any challenges. How many people can resonate with you? Even people that we see high up there, they have their moments, they have their challenges. So how is yours different? So, but what people want to know is that with all the challenges that this person is going through, so she is still like this, she is still, she's still able to stand. So if she is able to stand, then I too, I can stand. That's what people want to resonate with.
Thank you. Yeah, so focus on serving, not performing. A lot of times, we focus so much on our fears, like what are they going to say or what are they going to think about me? But this business is about helping, about serving, and about being there to help others rise, right? So focus on that. Focus on your mission. What is your mission? To help. My mission is to help other women, other immigrant women, moms especially, to 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 find their full potential, because a lot of times we don't even know what we're capable of, because we've been living a life on a repetitive cycle, doing the same things just because we're afraid to go out of our comfort zone, you know and so instead of thinking about what others are going to say, what others are going to think, people mocking you or whatever, think about who out there is needing your help, who is out there needing for you to be there to serve them, to inspire them, and to motivate them with your story. So the small steps that we take, they build that consistency. So start with your story, always be you, share your story. I know that at the beginning I didn't think that I didn't want to share my story, because I didn't think my story was powerful enough. I didn't think my story had the power to motivate and inspire other people. But the truth is, there's people out there waiting for you, waiting to hear from you, because they have going through the same challenges. People who have had those setbacks, those struggles, those pains that you had, are waiting to see other people inspire them to take action. So don't be afraid to do that. There's lives out there that you can impact with your story. So be authentic and be real. Each step builds your confidence, and this is true. Your confidence is not going to get stronger, it's not going to get better if you don't put yourself out there. You have to push yourself too, push yourself, and test your limits, of what else can I learn today, what else can I do today, who else can I serve, can I help, can I teach? So always ask about that. Ask those questions to yourself. So the magic happens when you stop hiding and start sharing. So don't hide your story anymore. Don't hide yourself anymore, because you're valuable. You're a valuable being, So believe in yourself and believe that you may not have the abilities now. You may not have what it takes to do this business, but you can learn it. Everything can be learned in life. So step out of your comfort zone and take action.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. It's about yeah, just you got you both you sorry, I'm losing my voice. Both of you already say about to like pretty much say everything about this topic. Yeah, so just like in summary, for the point three is, like when you showing up on like on any social media platform, we have to we have to eliminate those fears, those are what people think about us and all that kind of stuff. We have to block those things, because really when we show up on social media is to be able to inspire others, to motivate others, or to educate, depending what you want to do. So that's the mission, that's the purpose, to be able to do, like focus on the service, and not on your fears or of what other people might say, because um there's like Isabel mentioned, there might be someone on the other side of the screen who is watching you, who needs to hear your message, who needs to be inspired by you, because they feel like they are not capable of doing something. But by hearing your story, they might feel inspired to be able to overcome the fears and take action. So you are that inspiration to them. So always show up, because that's, if you decided to go into this route, is to be able to inspire, to motivate others, to empower others, to do the things that they thought they couldn't do. uh, like in this online business, we do that. Plus also, help them, to be able to create the life that they thought they couldn't have, and they are able to have it. And like Isabel mentioned, at the end, you don't need to know and be an expert to be able to do this, because all of us, we came here, we didn't have any online business experience. We learn on this journey. There's training provided to us. We have all the tools, resources, and the global online community. So really, you can do what you set your mind to. It's just to be able to overcome that fear and just do it. um, and be consistent. And for the building confidence, I just want to add to it, because the fear is always going to be there. It never goes away. Okay. And we can even, like, there was a convention in our community, and one of the speakers say, like, he's been doing, so many conference, and speeches. He's a speaker, well known. But even him, he will have those fears when he's going to start doing his conference. But it's just by doing it that you overcome that fear. So that example that they say there about the confidence muscle is true, because the only way that, if you have a muscle and you don't exercise your muscle, it becomes weak. So that's the same thing for your confidence. If you don't do certain things, like that, you're working to build that confidence, then you're gonna start having those fears. So it's just by doing it that you're gonna be able to overcome that fear. And the doing it will be like the exercise, you know, um, that you have to do. So, like that analogy there. So you have to do it, and it says there, take a small, brave steps consistently. Yeah, because um, you have to build it little by little. It's like for us to go live. For me, I had to start with recording myself to be able to be comfortable, and then eventually I took that leap, of faith, to press that live button, and then I had to build that confidence too. And I'm okay to do this kind of lives, but I still don't have the confidence to do lives outside. Like sometimes I will have it, and sometimes I will be like conscious of what other people might see me, recording myself. But I still have to work on that. And that's the only way that you start building that confidence, by doing it, and overcoming that fear of what other people might think. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to add to this. Now, what is the takeaway of this topic?
Okay, so many things. The key takeaways that we have is that you don't need to be the loudest or the most polished, you know? You need to be real. You need to be just you. The only way to build confidence is to keep showing up, even when your voice shakes, like Sandy's voice is cracking today. So, boldness isn't about being fearless, it's about choosing to act in spite of fear.
Yes. So, what is the message for the audience?
Our message for you today is if you're ready to start showing up boldly and authentically, comment bold below or send us a message. Let us grow together. So we'll be waiting for your message.
Mhm.
Yes. And we have arrived to the end of our lives. So, we hope so that, what we shared today with you guys, it will inspire you to be able to build that confidence. It's not something that you're born with. It's something that you start building it, and that the way that you build it is just by overcoming your fears, stepping out of that comfort zone, and doing it. So um, that's the only way that you can do it, and keep practicing. It's like that muscle that we just mentioned today, that you have to exercise all the time. That will be the same thing, just practicing and practicing. So if you have something that you love about this topic that you want to share with us, or if you have any tip, just put it in the comments and let us know, and we'll be happy to hear from you. And also, if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, all you have to do is there's three ways that you can communicate with us. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, or you can register into our websites that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. And when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday, so you can register for either one or for both. Our live webinar happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. Sorry, my voice is not good today. Um, and then for the second link is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to our live webinar, you can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, if you probably wonder, what are you going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, but also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from this past Thursday's live webinar. So if you want to catch that replay before this coming Tuesday's live webinar, he were the host and panelists for that day.
Okay, so the host is Rebecca. She's a radiographer. That's my profession. And then we had Eden, who is also in the medical profession. She is a dentist. We had Crazy, who is a retired nurse. Look at how young she is, and she is bold enough to 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 retire because she's bold enough to step into this business. And we had Rose, who is a retired warehouse worker.
Okay, we also had PB and Josh. PB is a retired registered nurse, and Josh is a real estate investor. We also had Tarisi. She's a former teacher, currently a stay at home mom thanks to this business. We had Dorothy. She's a retired dietetic nurse. And last but not least, we had Doreen. She is a retail associate. So if you are ready to learn more about this business, don't forget to register on any of the websites you see on the screen. We have these live webinar sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mosumola. Thank you, Isabel. Um, so if you're catching the replay of this past Thursday's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So you know what to do if you want to start your online business. Now, I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. For those who are watching us from Facebook and you guys are not following us on our Facebook business page, you can follow us up here on the top to get to know us a little bit more, who we are and what type of content we post in our pages, and more information about this online business opportunity. If you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell to get notified, when we post new content and also when we go lives. So that way you keep learning more about this online business opportunity. And when you feel ready, we'll be happy here to guide you along the way. So you're never alone on this journey. You will always have our support and also the global online community support. So we also want to say thank you to our Terry Goodia, Fascinate Suma, Ocean, Brian, for your like emojis and for watching the live with us today. So thank you so much. Now, let's find out what is our topic for next Sunday.
So our next Sunday, our topic will be turning your story into impact, how to inspire and attract through your journey. And we promise you an exciting time.
Yes, so you're not just building a business, you're building a legacy. So one brave step at a time. So let's rise together, and that's our message for you guys today. So we hope so that you, like we mentioned, you got inspired with what we share with you today, and you're able to, if you didn't have that confidence, be able to build that confidence by taking action, practicing on whatever you need to build confidence, and stepping out of that comfort zone, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to overcome that fear and building that confidence. Saying that, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So, thank you again for being here with us in another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. So, we hope so to see you next Sunday for another topic and with all of us again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.
Thank you. Have a blessed Sunday.
Bye.